So I am live at my family's house. Okay, so it's a lot of activities in my background. There's going to be a party. Yeah. It's about to be a kid's birthday party in a minute. So yeah, man. Let's get into this. This was Can I be heard? All right. My computer just went out, like blinked out. This usually happens when it's too hot. So I had to lean it over. All right. This was a discussion that I was planning to have in a private audio with somebody. One second. I was planning to have this with a private audio with somebody, but at the time I couldn't make it to even make it an audio. So this show might go private, being of the rhythm of topics that we've been doing lately. So I sat back. I'm going to make sure I present some pictures to you all. Hold on, let me make sure my Netflix not playing. Okay, let me make sure. Um, there's some names. When I say their names, you're gonna know who they are, and some of these names you're probably not gonna know who they are. Um, but let's take a topic that is not very discussed, and I have not seen not even an exotical talk about this or anyone really get into this, right? So we have Issa Rae. First of all, we have Rihanna. That's number one. Okay. We have Rihanna. We have Issa Rae. We have Quinta. Are the main black women that I could think about right now. And these are black women that are Rihanna. We know she's Asian. She's Caribbean. Issa Rae has African. And Quinta, if I'm not mistaken, she has an African background too. And these black women are dating outside of their race while they're in the industry to end up being back with the black male. And so in the world of divestors, they'll say that's a swirler, that's a mammy, that's a this, that's a that. But my eyes are beginning to see something deeper than that. You know, I know sometimes it's like everything's not really that deep, but for me, I got to follow what my body feels. And I think that there's something else going on there with why black women uh, are doing this. Okay. And I want to, you, first of all, there's something there to look at. Okay. And what is the number one thing to me is if you sit here, you have women who are in the industry, right? So they have access to whatever male, okay, or that they have access to, and they have a quality of people that they have access to in this space, meaning I don't have to get into the example of it because they are in that space. So therefore, she can get a producer, she can get a director, she can get another actor, she can get who knows, somebody who's just of another race that that's has a lot of money, whatever. But for her to experience the relationship and still go to where she's going, is very telling to me. So let's look at somebody who I was kind of wanting to look at anyway. Okay. So the first one is I know about Quinta because Quinta is uh, is a comedian I remember who did jokes on, oh, he got money, you know what I'm saying? Quinta also was the comedian who did she did a lot. You know, she was just hilarious. Just hilarious. Whenever I saw her, and I always thought her comedy was a little odd and different. And I liked it. I always just liked it because she just had this look about her. And it was just like, oh, you're Quinta. You see what I'm saying? You're. I never knew her name, by the way. I had to say it took years down the line for me to know this woman's name. Okay, but she ended up making it big, right? Is my screen sharing? Okay, she ended up making it big, and this is Quinta. This is Quinta and her ex-husband, right? And the ex-husband, they have filed for divorce. Oof, what was his name? His name was Kevin Nick, right? Uh, oh, she did. Quinta hated public part of. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, of her divorce from yeah, she hated it that it was public. No, nobody would like their divorce to be public. So let's look at this Kevin and Nate guy. But I wanted to touch on something that I see. Okay, is it gonna work? No. All right, fuck it. Let's just look at something here. Let me see what y'all can see versus what I see. All right, let's touch on something here. Does one do like is this Google I'm on? Yeah, so it should. No, actually, the other site just when you click on the picture, it just makes the picture bigger. Hold on, let me see. Y'all can't see it, so I'm gonna have to go on the other side. Nope, I'm gonna have to do this for y'all to see it. Damn it, man! I got damn it. So, damn it. All right, so this is Quinta. You know what? I ran into an emergency. I literally ran into an emergency. So I'm gonna play this for y'all for a second. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and play this for a second. I just ran into an emergency in my background. Hopefully, this don't get me flagged. I really hope it don't get me flagged. And we're gonna continue this. Don't know what just happened. I probably got to take down Netflix. Hold on, that phone my shit down. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute, y'all. I can't even get to my screen share. If I have to come back, I will and start the show over. Hold on. All right, I'll be back, y'all. It should be fine.
All I remember is I think it was probably the scene we all said.
Hopefully, it'll play.
there. And I reached and I took out this bottle of liquor,
Cognac.
the cognac, and all I remember was Ice Cube hitting the floor. Bam. Comic, you're like, there.
Got him.
Got him. Let me tell you something. Whoever has that, there is tape of me in all latex outfit because they put it on a screen in the bedroom. And it's just me dancing, staying humble, knowing who you are and what you bring. Warm fire. I'm fuzzy. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm ready. I'm back in.
I can.
Hey, Lena.
I'm so happy to be talking to you.
I am more happy to be talking to you. And why? Because you talked about doing this. And one thing about you is when you do it, I turn around and you do it. That is one thing about you. We were sitting in your living room or something. You was like, yeah, I'm gonna interview some people. I wanted to know some things. And that I was like, Next thing I know, bam, here we are.
We are.
But you took a long time getting me here.
Oh, well.
A whole season. I know you had to get those icons in.
You're an icon as well. Look, see, and there we go.
There we go. Okay.
There it is.
There it is. Yep, icon-ish. On my way to iconness.
Look, your I would say your body of work is one that is very impressive, and it was very exciting to be going back through the archives, the memories, the characters. These episodes is sort of at a beginning for me when I first saw someone, or sometimes a person's most famous project that kind of helps break them into the zeitgeist. For me, the first time I saw you,
First of all,
was on
what word did you use?
the zeitgeist. What did I say?
Zeitgeist. I'm gonna need a dictionary or Alexa or Siri or something. What's a zeitgeist?
I think the world, the culture, for people to know that you're
Zeitgeist.
on the scene.
I like that.
The first time I saw you was on a show called The Sinbad Show. And it was a very particular episode where Nancy Wilson was also guest starring.
That's when I met Nancy.
There's a young Ray J in the episode.
Oh, yeah.
And church is really the center of the episode, and really believe in God, if God exists or not. And you play one of Sinbad's love interests.
Yeah.
So one, we've talked on this show a lot with previous guests about multicam and that kind of acting. I'm curious, how did you take to multicam, and what was it like on the set of the Sinbad show?
Well, that was definitely, we're going to say, early in my career. So I'm nervous now, but I was really nervous then. You try to act like you know everything. And multicam is a different kind of energy than, say, single cam or movies. So for me, it was always a fine line of coming off of, say, beauty shop and these plays where you had to be so big you could hit the back of the wall. So I always was fearful in, I guess, with the multicam being too big. Always felt like I heard, Kim, can you bring it down? Kim, it's like, I always tried to find what was that fine line between being funny, being big, and not getting fired. So I would say, and you're on the show, Sinbad was huge then, you know. Sinbad is big, Nancy was, all these people. Ray J, I just knew he was Brandy's little brother, you know, pop him in the head and keep it moving. But I believe that was it. It was just, and then I've never been good at anybody's love interest. We can get into that later, but let me tell you something. I've never, oh my goodness, you got me telling the truth already. Let's see. I've never been good in a love scene. I've always been a sexual character on TV. They always pin me to be the sex kid, and I'm like, nope. But it was always difficult, even like with Sinbad, I would flirt and all that. Baby, if they were like, okay, you got a kiss, I'd have peed in my pants right there. I was like, I would just.
How did you deal with that? Just to keep it in this area, how did you push through that uncomfortability while still being able to perform?
Wow. Like you said, you're an actress, you have to act. And if you look at my scenes, I go through with, like you said, comedy. I can push through if I can be funny. If I have to be serious, so it's a sitcom, and if I could throw a little, oh, baby, and somebody laughs, it breaks it for me. It's not real. But as long as I can affect people and make them laugh, even the director and the producers who are standing around, then I was okay. I was okay with pretending that I was someone else.
Oh, well, this leads to another credit. It's a show that impacted me, so many others. I always say it's kind of where I got my personality. Let's talk about Martin. You did an episode where you play a robber. You and some ladies come into a casino called Uptown Friday Night.
Yes.
So you play on Uptown Saturday night. And you come in with a mask on, a black bodysuit, a fly leather vest, and you rob Cole and Tommy, and y'all take some earrings that belong to Gina. And they had to come to you and your friends. You also working with Nicole, Brianna.
Yes.
Yes. And so she's amazing. And you all kind of have to like rob these people, and you're dancing and it's funny. I love that episode. I went back to revisit it. You're doing a lot of stuff with Jerome.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was it like filming Martin?
See, Martin's
My
another
bad,
piece of
y'all.
history
Damn.
in my evolution.
How long was I
Because
gone?
a friend
Shit.
of mine was, once again, no
Alright.
agent, Jackie Edmonds, who's
Shit, fine as
No
hell.
agent, no reps.
no reps.
It's good.
Ain't good. It's shaky. It's not good. The audio wasn't good. That's perfect. Let's get back to the patient at hand. Yeah, I was going for a little minute. My bad on that, y'all. My bad on that. Let's get back to this. All right. So a lot of times the divestors are going to tell you that these women are not divested, they're swirlers, they're mammies, blah, 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 blah. And I'm here to bring another eyes view from what I say here. Number one, to look at a male of another race and say, this is the best thing, sliced bread that you can be with, though I understand, as if being with a male of another race is not going to come with what comes with marital issues, relationship problems, cheating, and stuff like that. But then their argument is, talking about the black divested women, is, well, if you're going to be with a man like that, then you're dealing with a bust down Chad or whatever fancy names, bottom shelf Brad, or whatever fancy names that they want to tell you that these things are, right? Still gaslighting to the experience. But I'm here, as I always, with my third eye open with this. What I see is there is something deeper going on when these black women are dating white men. I don't see this with black women who date women of other races. I don't see this kind of going back and forth thing. She makes her decision and that's where she is, i.e. Raven Simone, okay? That's her wife. They're together. It is what it is, right? Who else is with a white woman? I can't recall right now. But here, something deeper is going on. And let me tell you something else too. These are still human beings. These are still people. And these are still situations where you can be that shining beam of light and someone's coming around you to interrupt your entire life. Let's not act like that this doesn't happen. It doesn't matter the race or gender. It's a human being behavior. It's human nature, right? So, interesting enough, he looks very Middle Eastern in his picture. Okay. Now, here is what we can learn about him. Okay. Let's go ahead and visit the site because I do want to know who he is because I'm going to dig into something a little bit deeper as we look into who this person is. All right. Can y'all see that? Perfect. All right. Let's just dig who he is. By Kelsey Gibson. Okay. Went by a woman. They got engaged in 2020. She looked very happy. They private. Okay. He was supporter of Bronson. That was Quinta. Now he looks like she called him the most supportive man with the actress at a handful of events, including the Teen 100 Gala in June 2022. She was honored one of the publication's most influential people. Okay. Quinta did win an award. Party in LA, which held Dwayne Wade's into the. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Bronson filed for divorce. Ooh, they married for 5 years. Divorce from Monique on March. Okay, Pisces season. Very interesting. Must have been some cheating. She listed their date of separations as TBD and inconsolable differences. According to the court docs obtained by People, the pair have a post-nuptial agreement in place. Okay. That didn't tell us too much. The number one thing that stands out to me is this fucking, that's a dope jacket. That's a little vintage piece coat jacket he got on. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she could have put on a better outfit herself, but that's just saying. It's this 90s late 90s 80 hip hop look that they tend to take on that kind of just always puzzles me. Um they just don't even look connected, ironically. When I sit here and I think about black women like this, what is going on is now in Quinta's case, I'm not trying to speak for her. Let me put that out there. We're having a discussion about what I see with these women who date the men outside their race that end up dating black men. I don't see them as swirlers. I don't agree that these women are swirlers. I see something else. I think that these black women are being pulled to being distracted without knowing it in the form of whatever body presents itself. That's what I see. Because when she divorced this man, that's when all her other opportunities started to open up. Quinta was just doing, from what I saw, basic comedy. And then when I seen that she was doing all of this divorce went through, that's when I realized that Quinta, she ended up doing Abbott Elementary and all this kind of stuff. Now, I'll give you somebody else since we're here. I'm going to give you another black woman because she just hit my mind. I talked about her on the show before. That is my girl, the wrestler from Texas. And she had a similar situation that I like. Every time I look at Quinta, I think about this woman. Y'all know who I'm talking about, Ember Moon. Ember Moon, here we have it. This is Ember Moon, or Amber Moon, excuse me. This um is this her husband? This is her ex-husband. I know I'm not crazy. This man is her ex-husband. All right. Uh Ember Moon talks how she, let me see something. Let me make sure I got my facts together, but I know I talked about this before. Booker T. Why they always take on injured Journey to E working on indies and more? Okay, Ember Moon was with this guy that you see right here, and I'm sure this is. Let me make sure. Let me double check my facts, okay? Because I know I talked about this before. Okay, she's still married. Okay, but I'm going to still stick to what I'm saying. hmm This is Ember Moon's husband. Okay? Okay, this is her husband. Hey, hey, what's up? Simply the best. I see you. All right. And this is interesting about her husband's story. Um, he is not a superstar like she is. Okay. Okay. He actually is in a mediocre place in his career. And this is his wife. Ember Moon has experience where she has gotten fired. Ember Moon has, like, just go watch her story. Okay. There's a reason probably my spirit was picking up ex-husband. But she has gotten fired. And I think they brought her back. She's a hardcore gamer. Ember Moon is smart as fuck. I like her. Um, but yet her career is not going to get to the level that it should be, or it could be, excuse me, because she has this person hanging on her side. Okay. Now this is not a race thing. Okay, this is not a race thing. I want you to make that very clear. This is an energetic thing. This is still a story of people coming in your life to get in your way. All right. Now let's look at something there. Let's look at something else. We're gonna get into Issa Rae. Now let me just say to the person who that I was planning to send this audio to until realize I'm fucking distracted. Um oh, she got married. Um Issa Rae was with an Asian guy. Um And Asia, she went from an Asian guy to uh then a black guy. Okay, let's go. I think I found the picture. All right, here he is, handsome. I think he's very handsome, very beautiful. He looks like he probably looks better in person than he does in pictures. But I'm going to tell you something. I have heard people tell me about dating Asian, and it does not matter across the board what race they are. A lot of people say that when they date Asians, Asians do not express themselves. Asians do not say how they feel. They drink it away. Anybody who I know who dated Asians, they always felt like one guy, because his mom hooked them up. He always felt like oh, excuse me for yawning. Excuse me for yawning. He always felt like the Asian woman was interviewing him. That's what he always said. He said he felt like he didn't feel like he was in a relationship. He felt like he was being interviewed, right? Then the other time, uh this is what I had felt when I had heard this. I had wondered this when I listened to people tell me these different stories. And I said, I wonder, is it still a loyalty to their culture? You know? You know what I mean? Like, is there still this loyalty of, yes, I'm dating you outside my race, but I'm still going to protect my culture by not expressing what's going on with me, because then you're going to know what goes on in my culture, and I still have to protect my culture, and we're not of the same culture. That's exactly what I felt. That's what I feel every time somebody of any race tells me that about an Asian, about dating Asians. And I wouldn't be surprised if Issa Rae has the same story. And what I dislike about the Black divestors is that, would they rather this woman had failed this relationship with an Asian man and gone to a white man, and had gone to back to an Asian man, or this man and that man that is not black? Would you still stand by her side, or would you eventually say that there's things that needs to be worked on in her life in order for her to have the kind of relationship that she needs? That's the stuff about the divestors that piss me off. There's a reason that these black women are going back to being with black men, are choosing black. I mean, not say going back, but they're choosing to still date black males. There has to be something going on there in the experience that is causing them to say, I'd rather be here in the relationship than over here in the non-black relationship. These women are experiencing something that is making them do this. And this is the part where we have to look at. Rihanna is a billionaire, but she chose to share that billion and have children and legacy with her best friend, who's another black and Bayesian male. See what I'm saying? She still end up, because ASAP Rocky has Bayesian in him, and then she is Bayesian, and that's her best friend, and they have children together, and they have marriage and all of that's who her husband is. Is it her husband? Are they married yet? You see what I'm saying? And that's their relationship. Okay, excuse me. I know y'all hear the doggies in the back. My fur family in the background. Okay, so we got that. Then let's get into Issa Rae. Do anybody know why she broke up with him? What's his name? Let's look at this guy's name. Uh, it said his name. Uh, wasn't his name like? Hold on, hold on. Larissa, that's you? Uh, bring it to me. Is it y'all? Is it ringing or something? All right, y'all. Give me a second. Unless y'all could type it in the chat room, what this guy name is. I just saw his name. Okay. It's kind of. All right. No, we don't. Okay, that's who she's with now. I think they said they were longtime friends or some shit. That's the same thing with Riri. But she got married to him. Their longtime friend. They said longtime boyfriend, actually. Um, I noticed something that uh that's going on here. There's a pattern that's here. I have not once seen a black woman of a man of another race that is of some kind of high standard to her. Okay. I have noticed that with black women. Like she even if he's another race, he's not in this position of more than what she has, right? Like she's this incredible showrunner, but she's not going to be with another man who's also a showrunner, or she's not going to be with maybe he's an actor in all of these great he's a main character role in a show, or like I've noticed that with them. They don't really hold a high position in the industry. And that is what has to be examined about the black woman. I highly doubt the divested black woman is with these high positioned white males in their lives. And even if they are, still that's, mm, you know what I mean? Right. Now, let's go on. Uh, let's talk about that. Why would the black woman choose to be uh in these type of relationships, and no one is looking at the psychology of the black woman? See, this is the point that I'm really making here. No one's touching on her psychology. Thank you. That's his name, Alexander Hodge. Okay. Why does his name not love me right? Hold on. That is what I think is the biggest thing that I think needs to be examined. Do you get what I'm saying to you all? Is that him? Okay, he's Asian Bay on Insecure. So he's an actor. He's an Australian actor. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. Black Lightning, Resort to Love, Joyride. Okay. Okay. So Hodge is an actor. There's my proof right there. I need to say something. Thank you for who gave me this name because now it hit me because I looked at him. Okay. Title Veronica Wells. Not Wells. Asian Bay Alexander Hodge is dating a black woman in real life. But he won't use that experience on Insecure. I have that title. That title is something because it's Madam New York. No, that's why. Okay, I'm gonna say something. The black woman has to be careful when she is in a position of success, and the black woman has to work with what is going to benefit her in her success. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. This clearly is an actor. She is a showrunner. She's Issa Rae. She's in a very beautiful position. Go look up her story if you know her story. Rihanna was with, I understand, the Pakistani man. His family had no respect for who she was, Rihanna. They didn't give a fuck about her being Rihanna. Go look at Rihanna's story. So, I don't know who that guy was, but he looked broke down. He didn't look too, you know what I'm saying? Now, what am I getting at here? When a black woman is in a position of any type of spotlight, okay, or she's in any position, or we are in any position of where we decide to elevate ourselves, elevate our life, raise our frequency. I'm starting to see I'm starting to see why the black woman goes where she can be safe. Hear me out. Hear me out on the black woman. So the black woman, we have no friends, we have no allies in this patriarchy. And the only way that the black woman is going to fully make it in this industry, right? Or just in what she's doing, is she's going to have to navigate smart. She's going to have her smart, trusted team. She's going to have to run that team thoroughly. And this black woman is also going to have to uh, utilize the patriarchal system to get what she needs to get as well. Correct? All right. So I'm feeling that the black woman goes to the black male for the ones who are, attracted to they feel more safe there. There's a safety that she feels. I don't think that she feels safe in non-black male spaces. That's what I feel. I think she feels as uh number one, if she's why would I go be with a man of another race who is just this? Why not qualify and go higher than where I'm at? But then when we go to Rihanna, we can't, Rihanna, they didn't even have respect for her being Rihanna. See what I'm saying? ASAP worships the draws, worships Rihanna now to her dirty draws. See what I'm saying? That's safe for her. Issa Rae, she looks happy with this dude here. He's a longtime friend. She feels safe with him. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what it is for the black woman. You think just put yourself in the black woman's shoes. You have no friends, you have no allies, and you're in the patriarchy in a capitalistic society. Who do you build as your teammates? Who do you have to go through in order to get the things that you have to get? You can utilize the people you can utilize to go through and get the things you got to get, but that don't mean you have to be in bed with them. And I feel like that is what it is. There's something deeper going on over there that the black woman sees. You can't think that just because I don't speak your language, I won't know that you're talking about me. Or because you're showing a nice face that I don't realize that you don't like me. Because when you have that type of melanin, especially when you're a black person who has like that outside, we have that Caribbean or whatever outside of this American soil background in you, you have very high intuition. You can see through people's shit. You can see through it. And it's not uneasy. It's not hard. It's not you can't unsee it. And so when you have these type of things happen to you, the wise people be like, never again. Due to my personal experience, I do not like fat white women at all. I do not like fat white women. Do not like them, do not with them. Don't like them at all. Okay, any white woman who's that don't fuck with her. And I haven't been wrong at all about feeling that way about her due to my experience. Then on top of that, I feel like these black women and these positions are aware that they're in these positions. And people can be very vampiric. And so you have to be careful with that as well. You're not excused from being attacked energetically, spiritually, or mentally because somebody is non-black, as y'all like to refer to. It's still a human being. Okay? What time is it? I'm about to cop me a nap before this party, though. I know that. Give a damn about them kids. I don't know how I'm eating this food, because I ain't trying to gain no more damn weight. Shit, I hope they got salad in here. All right, y'all. Do y'all follow what I'm saying to you? And as a black woman, having that reality, Raven Simone is with a white woman. Okay, and they have a very beautiful marriage. And their show, check out her podcast. I think it's called The Best Podcast. Hilarious. Raven Simone is hilarious. Her and her wife are funny. I want to say that um the black woman has to go where what works for her. Okay? That's what I see. No, that's what I see. I've been watching this. I always knew Rihanna and ASAP had a thing for a long time. Okay? I just always knew. Okay. Let's get back to this Asian guy because I wanted to see what this article is talking about. Okay. It says they're just sharing a tab. Insecure happened to Andre K. Asian Bay. Da 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 da. For once, a man of Asian, in this case Chinese descendant, doesn't play in stereotype. He's a leading man in a romance. But he's Chinese. Okay. The pairing of an Asian man and black not only unusual on screen and in life, that's not true. It harkens to a briefly controversial passage in Issa Rae's autobiography, The Misadventures of Aqua Black Girl. Educated black women are too high maintenance, high strung, and independent. They don't need men. There is a widening gap between the education of black women and men, which doesn't leave very many suitable suitors. Unfortunately, the higher one's degree as a black woman, the lower your chances are of getting married. Add to the compound the stereotype of being loud, complicated, and difficult. Black women, your reputation sucks. Asian men are also overburdened with racial stereotypes that don't really work in their favor. Why wouldn't women want to marry and reproduce with men who are classified as intelligent, hard workers? Maybe because Asian men are frequently emasculated in the media or presented as sexist props for comic comedic relief. Oh, and if only they could observe the burden of black male stereotype, genitalia, exaggeration included, maybe their demand would increase. Maybe that would make all the difference. Instead, the plight of Asian men is nearly the same as that of a black woman, except for the fact that women white or other far more. In fact, Asian Americans have the highest rate of intermarriage. Asian men, your reputation. Yes, because Asian men, the statistic was he only dated percent out of his race, while his woman dated 28% out of her race, of the race. And with black women, she only dated 3% out of her race, while the same thing with her men. It was quite interesting to see that parallel. So don't know how it is now because we know the black woman is not dating 3% out of her race. But just wanted to throw that out there. I understand why she put that parallel right there. Okay. Uh, this is why I propose that black women and Asian men join forces in love, marriage, and procreation. Educated, better intellectual match for you than an Asian man. And I'm not talking about Filipinos. They're like the blacks of Asia. I'm talking Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, etc. Okay. So this is what she said, and she being with one. But here's something very dark that we may not want to talk about, but we have to talk about. When someone is of another race, from what I have come to see, don't know what happened, but when they're of another race, what I have come to see, the only way that they deal, come around, or be around black race or any other race that's not white is they have to have a liking. They have to have something in their family. And sometimes it gets as dark as there may be some rejection that they're experiencing or rebellion that they're experiencing in their culture. And that's why they're around black people. Okay. So I need to take a nap. Okay. After I take a nap, I will represent this front porch chat again. That way it'll be a little bit more clear, but I need to take a nap. But we will continue this get further in topic because they got this party today and I need to take a nap. before they get this party started. And my in stream is not working. Fuck. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out of here.